Township. My name is Angela Smarto, and I'm here with Bree Allen, and we are going to talk to you all night about this really exciting game. We have the home team, Robert Morris University, up against the number 3 ranked in the country, Slippery Rock Shamrock Rugby. Hey Bree, if you just came in, we have a time-honored tradition here at Robert Morris. Do you want to tell them a little bit about John Tucci before we get the game started?
Absolutely. So John Tucci is an absolute legend. We love him. He has always been singing the national anthem, Star Spangled Banner, all that great stuff at every single event. And when John Tucci sings, you listen. So thank you, John Tucci, for that amazing performance.
Yes, thank you, Tucci, as the kids like to call him, but he is a great influence here on Robert Morris campus. So all you have to do is give him a call, and anywhere in the area, he'll come out and sing a patriotic tune to kick off your song. So we just had our coin toss between captains. Our referee tonight is Judd Worrell. He'll be in the yellow. And Slippery Rock will be wearing the black and green. They're going to be on the left of your screen, moving to the right. And the home team is in all white. They'll be on the right of your screen, scoring to the left. Do you have any? So Bree is a Robert Morris alumni.
Absolutely.
Proud.
Loud and proud, class of 2021.
So if you had a prediction for tonight's game, do you have any thoughts going in? Do you want to support the home team and your guys, or do you think, does it matter that Slippery Rock is number 3 in the country and the Domers are unranked?
I mean, go Colonials for sure, but I mean, Slippery Rock is number 3, so this is going to be a pretty close game, I feel like.
Well, we're going to see, and originally the teams have swapped fields, so they're in the same jerseys, but they're going the opposite way. It looks like Slippery Rock will be kicking off tonight.
All right.
They will be going from your right of the screen to the left, and the Domers will be receiving the initial kickoff. If you're tuning in to watch somebody you know, or maybe you're just tuning in for the joy of rugby, we can hope. We're going to start off here with a kickoff. It must go 10 yards to start. So if you are watching, there's a lot of lines on the field. Looks like we'll be using the widest lines possible. So they're going to go all the way out to the blue. So if they step out of bounds in football, that doesn't mean the play is dead. So Robert Morris receives their first kick cleanly, and we got scrum half taken out from the back. Let's see what the Domers kick it out of territory to relieve a little pressure. It's going to set up our first line out of the day. So we're going to get this set up here, but I might have just said a word. Some people don't know what it is. Bree, if you had to, we're going to have our first line out here with Robert Morris throw-in. Do you want to let the folks at home know what a line out is, what we're about to see?
Absolutely. So once the ball goes out of bounds or a player steps out of bounds, the play is going to be restarted, and it looks like Slippery Rock's going to be throwing in right now, and it is their job to throw it directly center as they lift up a player to catch the ball, and there it is.
Really nice clean throw there from Slippery Rock. So Domers kicked for territory to get it out, and oh boy, the Slippery Rock is already off to a really quick, clean start. Great line break, but Domers now got on the defense. Another great forward pass. And a great forward run here. Have a little bit of an ugly tackle, but we're trying to get to ground to reset. So every time there is a tackle, the play does not stop. The ball carrier must release the ball. You're not allowed to play rugby if you're off your feet. And then there is a contest between attack and defense on who can get that ball again. That's what a ruck is. That's what that contact above the ball looks like when they're on the ground. So Slippery Rock is right now moving the ball really fast out of the base of the rucks, and all these passes look really crisp and clean. So far, Slippery Rock moving it again out towards the centers, looking for some space out wide. A little bit of a fumble, looking to change direction, but we've got Robert Morris defense right on top of them. Oh, however, we had a penalty called by the referee, and we're going to play it back to the referee. So you have a choice at every penalty about how you want to pursue. Slippery Rock tried to go with the fast option, but the referee slowed them down because the play was so broken. So it looks like we are going to have our first scrum option of the day. So if you're watching for the first time, Bree, what kind of would you compare this to possibly in another sport?
So this is kind of like that, like blocking, push-pull in football a little bit.
It's a little bit of a snap.
Yeah, kind of like a tip-off in basketball.
Right, it's just a way to restart the game. So Slippery Rock puts it in, and they do a little move off the base. They're really close to getting their first 5 points of the day. They're jumping for it, no signals yet. It looks like we're looking for the call. I don't.
Looks like it was held up.
Gonna look and see what the referees actually call. Yeah, so to score a try, you can't, it's not just about breaking the plane, you actually have to touch the ball to the ground. That's why it's called grounding. The defense has an opportunity to put their hands underneath the ball and stop that contact. So Robert Morris must have got under the ball, so that try was held up. So we're gonna have a scrum at the 5, and Slippery Rocks gets the ball back and see if they can score cleanly again. That's what they are certainly trying to do. Ball's in contact again. Slippery Rock looking to keep it close and just punch it in. But looks like we have a turnover right at the goal line by Robert Morris. And they're gonna kick it out to relieve that pressure. Give up a little territory, but got to get out of their own zone. The kick was not fielded cleanly, but we're still playing on. It looks like that was pushed out of bounds. And so we'll have our first line out. Bree, how do you think your Domers are holding up so far from this Slippery Rock pressure?
So they're applying pressure. That was really good for them to turn that ball around in the end zone. But when we kick it, we got to boot it. We really got to put, get some strength under that to really create that space.
Yeah, it was a high ball, and he was able to field it, but not enough distance and not enough chase for Slippery Rock are pretty much right back where they started from. So another line out cleanly in, Slippery Rock attacking from there. Taken down right into a double tackle by 2 Domers. Looks like we have another turnover, possibly a penalty call. We do have a penalty called on Robert Morris in the contact for not releasing in that tackle. And as you can hear, one of my favorites, the Robert Morris band is here tonight.
Yeah.
Set up Slippery Rock for the penalty, and Robert Morris is right now, their goal line stand lasted about 6 minutes, but Slippery Rock finds the first try of the night, so that's gonna give them 5 points. All right, if you are in that, so we're gonna have after the kick, we're gonna have a try for a 2-point conversion. Similar to football, so instead of 6 and 1, it's a 5 and 2 breakdown. And the other major difference is they're going to kick from the parallel line that the try was scored. So unlike football, if you score in the corner, you still get to kick from the middle. If you score in the corner, you have to kick from the corner. So it was around the hash mark, a little outside the hash mark. So the kicker's gonna get that set up now. So if you're Slippery Rock and you're on the attack right now and you're about to receive this kickoff again, what are you thinking about how you're going to set up that attack after we go for this kick, Bree? If you're a Slippery Rock player, what are you thinking right now?
So right now, I'm definitely gonna get set up and ready to catch, because once you catch that ball, you can go and score another one.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be, so the kick was made, so we're at a clean 7-0 here, 7 minutes into the first half. So we're gonna come back out and Slippery Rock will be receiving here. So we'll see what kind of kickoff strategies that the Domers have as they get lined up here. Looks like we might have time off for a second. Looks like we have a medical personnel talking with the referee and talking with a player or two. I'm not sure. We're just having a little chat. But while we're waiting, and as this time, just so everybody knows, so the clock is running. You can see it at home. There's a scoreboard. They're in sync. That clock is fake for all intents and purposes. The only clock that's real is the watch that the referee is keeping.
Absolutely.
So he may have, I didn't see a signal for time off, but it's similar to soccer that at the end of a half, he could add a few extra minutes. So even if you see the time clock down, especially when we get towards halftime, and it says 0, we might play for 6 more minutes. We don't even really know because we don't have, Judd is not mic'd up, so we cannot ask him. I'm sure he would have loved that. But so while you're waiting here, as Robert Morris, what do you think? They've been playing a lot of defense so far, and they want to get the ball back. So what do you think their strategies need to be to try and contain this Slippery Rock team?
So I think first off this kickoff, they need to be charging in immediately and applying pressure, because who knows, they may even be able to retrieve their own ball. But they definitely have to have a nice, strong wall in terms of defense and make it to every single breakdown as fast as possible, and they'll have a chance.
Yeah, it is. There is an option here. We do have some player getting looked at for medical, but this is exactly like Bree said, every kickoff is like a jump ball, and as that is definitely a strategy, particularly in modern rugby and more high professional levels. These restarts are really important, and any way to get possession back is valuable. So Slippery Rock is able to clean this field lead, but Robert Morris has been able to turn it over a few times in the breakdown, so we'll be looking out for that as well for them to get the ball back. Nice clean tackles here in the middle of the field. Nice little move and footwork by Slippery Rock flanker. Moving. We have a penalty on Slippery Rock, not rolling away while on the ground. So Robert Morris is going to get this ball back, and hopefully they can show us a little bit of something. They haven't been able to do much with the ball yet. Looks like we are setting up right in the middle. So it looks like we're setting up some forward pods, which is a pretty standard strategy here. So look for a quick tap and a toss to one of our big runners to run right into somebody, I would assume. Very difficult to tackle. That's number 4, Morris Corbett Locke. Oh, he's the Locke. That's not. The way that was written was confusing. But I apologize. Locke is his position. His name is just Morris, but he's all written as a one thing. It read as though it was a combo last name. Robert Morris playing tough as they always do under longtime head coach Sean Crego has been with the program almost 20 years. Robert Morris men just celebrated their 20th anniversary, not too long ago. He hasn't been the coach the entire time, but almost the entire time. They have a very strong alumni network that started doing, petition to the school to have this game on homecoming weekend, so the alumni would come around and instead of having something be a part of homecoming weekend for them. So this is something they've been doing for a long time. Robert Morris having a hard time breaking through the Slippery Rock defense. Pretty much every tackle right now for Slippery Rock has been a double tackle. Is that almost had the ball stripped cleanly. Oh, we got to knock forward as we were going for it, so we're going to have a scrum down here. Back to Slippery Rock, unfortunately. Domers weren't really able to do much with their possession, but there's always a potential. So in the scrum, like it's like a tip-off in basketball, it's a face-off in hockey. One team has, so Slippery Rock has a very small advantage because they're putting the ball in, but the possession can be stolen at any time. So let's see what they try to do here. If they try to run it out, if they try to kick, they have options. They're still kind of deep in their zone, but nice pressure from them. Great tackle. by Robert Morris. It was a really strong run. These teams have a very long-standing rivalry and, you know, some competition. They play each other every year. The coaches know each other well. Slippery Rock's head coach, Matt Heasley, he is a Slippery Rock alumni. He took over the program a few years ago and has really turned this team into your average club rugby team, into a national contender. This is the highest they've ever been ranked in 15s, currently at number 3. And they're also the defending Division III Sevens national champions.
Absolutely amazing.
From the spring. So we're playing good rugby here in Western PA. So a nice boot. Difficult to field, losing some more ground, and a nice chase.
Oh. I think that's in.
And that's going to be, or is the referee calling that a try, or did he call it a not? Okay, he called it a try. I was just double checking his hand signal. So that's a confirmed 5 more points for Slippery Rock.
Oh, man.
5 more for Slippery Rock, and this will be a difficult conversion. But let's check the replay. Difficult to field, lost.
Tackled, yeah.
What a great chase by the scrum half. So, and then it ended up being a try for number 15. What, Chase? Not, we're gonna say Chase. The roster for Slippery Rock is handwritten, and I'd rather say the name I know I can read instead of saying a name that I'm not sure what the letters are.
There we go, Chase it is.
So, kick no good from the corner, so we'll
tough angle.
Stay from 12 to 0, but talk about great kick chase strategy from Slippery Rock.
Oh my gosh, like as soon as it was booted, they were on it. Sent one person to make the tackle, another person to retrieve that ball to score. That was amazing.
Right, so it was really important so to not only, if one of them had just chased, they wouldn't have recovered that ball.
No, they went together.
Right, so that's some great communication, and this is the kind of stuff that's making Slippery Rock number 3 in the country right now. They have roles and they're following through. So if you don't know your team is kicking and a kick happens, you don't have those things. But that was a great chase combined by their scrum half and fly half, ending up in 5 more points. Nice little show and go by Slippery Rock forwards here. I'm just really impressed right now with, see, that's why you don't start giving out compliments, because the second you say the crisp handling by Slippery Rock, we have one little error.
Oh.
One error by the wing.
Hands got a little slippy there. It's okay. It's all good.
That's okay. So he'll have another chance here, but we are going to have a line out. So right now, Robert Morris really only having possession from Slippery Rock mistakes. So they really need to capitalize on something and try to hold on to the ball, because Slippery Rock has proven to be lethal quickly.
Yep.
So
they can't slip up.
All right,
good.
Throw in is good. Nice defense, a nice little move. Nice strategy here, I like.
Ooh.
So we had the player cut back into that inside narrow channel, which was a good idea. Got pushed out of bounds and pushed it all the way onto the sideline. Playing all the way wide, ended up landing on the concrete, which certainly did not feel good. But he seems to be okay. He's up and at him. We're going to set up for another line out since it was taken out by Robert Morris in their possession. It gets turned back over. So just as soon as we say Robert Morris really needs to value the ball, they immediately turn it over and head it back to Slippery Rock. Nice clean line out, and again, looking to, nice run up the middle. We might have a big breakaway, and that's Aiden O'Shea. who has been a star for Slippery Rock in the last year or so. I was talking about that Sevens championship team. He also won man of the match last week with their big win over Franciscan that I saw on Facebook. So that's going to give Slippery Rock 5 more points here on homecoming night. Here comes a really quick move, broke those tackles. Here comes another great fends from anyone pursuing him, and he just has the breakaway speed. Great chase though, 11. Kyrell Keyshawn he almost had him. If he had 5 more yards,
he would have had him.
He was closing on him, but he just didn't have it. So great breakaway there. So we're kind of through the first quarter here, about 20 minutes in. Slippery Rock has a big lead. If you're the home team, you're under your, it's homecoming night. How are you trying to regroup and tell your team, like, what's the strategy to hold on to this ball? What does Robert Morris have to do to just get a little possession?
So they're just gonna have to be smart with each and every possession. As soon as that ball goes down and the ruck is formed, they have to be there to secure it and keep it, honestly.
Great advice from one of Robert Morris University's most successful in rugby alum, Brianna Allen. So the kick was good from Slippery Rock. So that takes us to 19-0 through the first quarter here. We're gonna have another kickoff right to Slippery Rock. And we're straight down the middle. Slippery Rock looking to switch field, great pass, but nice defensive wall. Slippery Rock, really difficult to tackle.
Yeah, they got like an extra 5 yards there.
Yeah, those yards after contact are big for Slippery Rock. They are moving their feet. That was a nice defensive wall there. So you can see the difference just in those 2 plays. If a ball carrier catches the ball and their feet are standing still, it's much easier for you to get tackled than if you take off running and you have some pace on the defense. So there was a knock-on previously to this sideline, so we are going to have a scrum down, and the ball is going to go to Robert Morris. I think this is their first attacking scrum, and this is a really nice position to set up something for an attacking platform.
Yeah, so close to the try zone right now.
You can see they're pumped up. There's a little energy coming out of that scrum.
They need this. They need this. They need secure possession right here, right now. Here it is.
Looking at the Slippery Rock defense as we get set here. Ball comes in. Big push by Slippery Rock. Ball hard to see from here, but I think
looks like
Slippery
Rock. Yeah. Oh!
And he got stripped. Oh no. All right, ball is still live. So we had multiple possession changes here, so let's follow that. Ball put into the scrum by Robert Morris. Scrum stolen by Slippery Rock. Slippery Rock takes it. Ball stripped by Robert Morris. Robert Morris makes a break so close, and then as he's about to end, he loses it in the hand, loses it forward. Slippery
with no support though. If he had that support,
he had nobody with him. Look at the replay here as we set up for the next scrum. He had it. There's the strip by number 7, KJ.
And then lost in the tackle.
Yeah, great defense. He came around. He tried to switch hands, and then he lost it. So, so we have a scrum down here deep in Slippery Rock territory here right at the 5. They're able to keep their own ball, and they are going to run it out, at least for one possession. So, big suplex tackle there.
Oh, wow.
Stolen on again in contact. See the referee, he's thinking about blowing his whistle. Yep.
Oh.
We do have an opportunity here.
And there it is.
Everybody loves a prop try. Number 1, Brian White, for the first score for Robert Morris tonight, puts 5 points on the board for the home team.
I think this is going to give them the momentum that they need, honestly. This is good. Look at that. Wow, big prop, not the little one. Yeah.
No such thing as little props. They're all big. We're all big in our hearts. That's the prop is more of a mentality than it is a body type.
Yeah. Listen, I was a prop. For a little bit.
I did make you play prop. In case you don't know that I did coach at the Robert Morris Women for a decade, and Bree was one of my players.
Yeah.
And I've done this commentary for this game for a few years, and my usual partner is unavailable tonight, so I thought
filling in.
Doing a great job, I think. This is our
thank you.
first duo. Yeah, so
a lot of fun.
So we've got 5 points on the board. Robert Morris looks to close that gap to 7. So we have a kick coming from number 13, Jack Steiner.
All right.
He's set up in the middle. Hopefully he can go for 2. The band gave him a celebration. Let's see if he can get 2 more.
There it is.
All right. Up and through the uprights, and here comes the fight song for the home team. Gotta give the band something to do.
Seriously, man, seriously.
Oh, Bree was also in the band.
I was also in the band. Barry Sax, baby.
If you're thinking, you know, you can play rugby in a lot of places, and there's so many different kinds of programs, but there is something to be said about playing club rugby at a program, because you get to have experiences like I was also in the band.
Yep.
You know, I was an RA, and you get to do all kinds of stuff for
student orgs, other clubs. It's the best. It's the best.
Yeah, so both of these universities have all kinds of those experiences. As these players are club players, most of these players learned how to play rugby in college. Each of them have a little bit of high school experience on each roster, but a lot of these guys picked it up just when they started here, like many college players too. So
although that's changing a little bit. High school rugby's growing.
Yeah, certainly here in Western PA, there is a growth. There is some local, for these programs, there's some, Sean Crago he's helped coach the Moon Township boys for a while, and West Allegheny down the road, and there's other programs in the North-South Hills, and there's also women's programs. There's the strongest women's program in Western PA, without a doubt, is Moon Township, where we are at right now.
That's right.
But on their heels
is the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. We're there. We started up last year, and it's going very, very strong.
Yeah, so if you are listening and you're like, wow, this looks like a lot of fun, don't think you can't play.
Oh my gosh. No.
If you are youth in high school and you're looking for something, you can go online and find local programs. High school going into college, there are college programs, and if you're just a grown-up, you can just go play grown-up rugby too. There's opportunities for seniors. We need referees, all kinds of things. So we'll get back to the game. We love talking about ourselves.
Okay, yeah. Back to the show.
The actual show, not the Smarto and Bree show.
No.
But, all right. So we're back at it here. Yeah, Slippery Rock, or Robert Morris back on the board. 19-7, still very tight, still competitive. And we're looking on this line out to maintain some possession, which that is really right now the big difference in this game is just consecutive possession here. So we're having some great runs, but ball security's been an issue. Great save by Robert Morris. Let's see if we can get a couple phases together. We're gonna pop it out to a forward punch. Nowhere to go on the left side. Out again, going left again.
No help.
Support a little slow, but made some go forward for himself.
Okay.
But nope, they still have. Slippery Rock, very aggressive, looking to turn over this ball. Also noticing that support is a little slow right now. Little contacts outside the play. But don't worry, folks. It's okay.
It's all good. We're all one big rugby family here.
Looks like we have, looking for the call of what I believe there was a penalty to see if we're setting up a scrum or if right now, our referee, Judd Worrell's just having a little chat with our Slippery Rock captains. likely addressing the out-of-bounds contact. So Judd had a message for the captain. The captain is going to communicate that directly to their team. Looks like he's also giving Slippery Rock a message about whatever they need to work on as well. So in rugby, unlike pretty much every other sport on planet Earth, you are not allowed to talk to the referee.
No,
period.
Only the captain.
Only the captains are.
Yep.
And the referee's probably not going to talk to you either.
Yeah.
They're only going to talk to the captain, and they're going to talk to you and manage you.
Yeah.
So
coaches can't do it either.
Right. So there's some pretty, and very certainly not our fans either. Rugby takes referee abuse very, very seriously.
Absolutely.
We're very, very thankful, because without Judd being here tonight, there wouldn't be a game.
Exactly.
So
it's the heart of the game right now.
So if you're listening, and you might be a Robert Morris or Slippery Rock alum, there's a chance. I'm just saying that's probably our target audience tonight. If you're listening, guess what? The area could use you. Don't think your careers are over.
Nope.
Get certified to ref.
All you need is a level 1 to start.
That's right. All right, so time has been off. Looking to get started here soon. I believe we'll be starting from a line-out. All right, is a line-out Slippery Rock throw-in. As we have on our unofficial clock, about 12 minutes to go. Not sure how accurate that is. Clean throw, absolutely rocket of a pass coming off. Ooh, lost ball, great pickup. There's Robert Morris on the spill. The defensive pressure is really important. Oh, but we lost the ball again in contact. But we're gonna have a penalty called. Robert Morris gonna dish it off to their forwards. Number 2 taking it in, getting closer and closer, looking for where to go. Big number 8, trying to suck up as many defenders as possible, trying to create some space here as we approach for a goal line stand.
So close.
Out to the backs, we have a little bit of an overload, but we're getting sucked in by that defense. There's a lot of space out there if they can get it there. Directly into contact again for Robert Morris. The space is on the left, but their attack is set up on the right, so we're keeping it tight. They maintain possession. Pick and go off the base of the rock.
This matters, this matters.
Another pick and go. We're just going inch by inch by inch here. Little bit extra go forward. We're so close here. All of Slippery Rock is getting really sucked in. If they can get it out, there's a little more space. Number 10 taken down immediately. Great ruck to keep the possession. Slippery Rock definitely putting on pressure. They don't want this game getting any tighter.
But how about Robert Morris's supports getting so much better?
Oh, we have it. Nope, we have another penalty.
Oh.
For a tackler not releasing.
There it goes.
And we have another try off the penalty. 5 more points for the Domers.
That's right. Let's go. Right in the center field, so this should be a fairly easier kick. Let's see how they do.
So that was number 4, Morris Corbett again. That's the second time saying his name tonight. Very strong runner. Here comes the replay off the penalty tap. The Slippery Rock defense was not set and did not look particularly interested in getting in his way as he busts through to touchdown 5 for the home team.
That was good, really good. Now the game's very, very close.
Yeah, so we're looking into kind of this last 10 minutes of the half. Robert Morris is getting the ball back. What are some things that have been successful for them that they need to keep doing to keep moving forward and putting pressure on this Slippery Rock team?
Well, I think they're doing a much better job supporting one another in the rucks to maintain possession. I think now if we can get the ball out a little bit into space, that will just make this even better. But they're definitely improving on maintaining their possession, which is what matters.
Absolutely. All right, the kick is no good, so the score will remain 19-12 as we get down here into the final minutes of the first half. Slippery Rock will be kicking off to your Domers on the left. And let's see, yeah. Bree is giggling about something, but she's keeping it a secret. I'm not really sure what
no,
it is.
it sounds like the crowd's making noise. I love it. I love it. They're getting into it.
Yeah, there are, 2 local teams here. These rosters are full of local kids.
Yeah, a
there
lot
are,
of Pittsburgh natives in there.
Yeah, lots of parents here. And same thing, tons of alum. Robert Morris and Slippery Rock have produced tons of alumni that have continued to play into their adulthood.
Oh man, once you're in, you're in.
Yeah, rugby is more of a lifestyle than just a sport.
That's right.
But we have good contest by Slippery Rock. You're allowed to jump and try and steal it in the air. They were able to just tip it to them and recover that loose ball off. So Slippery Rock is going to get possession back if they can hold it here. We have a penalty here called by the referee. And he is penalty on Slippery Rock. So Slippery Rock took it as though it was their penalty, and it wasn't. But that's okay, that happens sometimes. Band giving us a little juice, but the ball is out of bounds. Nice kicks by Robert Morris here. Their kicking game has helped gain them some territory here tonight. So now that we are firmly into their attacking space, their last line out they just lost. So if they have to secure this ball, or they're just putting the ball back in trouble's hands, because Slippery Rock is lethal as soon as they have it.
That's right.
Let's see where this one goes to. Looks like they're going to lift in the back. Nice throw, and we are going to play. Another big contact taken in by the inside center, Blake Hodak. Oh no,
big run.
And that was quick. And it happens quickly, folks. Oh, but great cover tackle. He's not in yet. He's not in yet.
Nope,
Great support by Slippery Rock. The second effort able to get them the 5. But it happens just like that, folks. All that momentum that Robert Morris had gained. Now
we got to keep up on defense.
We can check in the replay. Great strip.
Oh, wow.
By number 10, that's Zach Harrington. And he is going to almost take it all the way. Again, like we mentioned, same number 11.
11, he's just with all the chase downs right now.
Great cover tackle, great, try save, but wasn't able to save it the second time. More great support by Slippery Rock into the corner to get 5 more points. So let's see here if 15 Chase can put away 2 more.
It's an interesting angle too.
Tougher angle here on the outside. It's going to hook right left.
Ooh,
yeah.
So close, so close.
All right. So the Shamrock Rugby able to extend their lead to 12, 24-12. You're at about 5 minutes left here in the first half. This is like perfect rugby weather tonight too.
Oh my gosh.
It's like a little chilly, but it's
not too crazy. Not too much wind. Perfect.
Usually, rugby's almost always played at like 1 p.m. on a Saturday. That's
right.
like traditional rugby time. So any games you get to play at night under lights are always like a really fun experience. Do you have any like fun nighttime experiences you remember as a player?
Absolutely.
That stick out?
Absolutely. Playing under the lights, I don't know, it just does something to you.
Well,
it gives you extra powers.
Well, it's definitely giving Slippery Rock extra powers when an absolute monster kick return for about 40 yards into their territory. But again, Robert Morris doing a nice job. their defensive line is getting broken, but they're not giving up, and they're not just letting them score.
No.
You know, lots of cover tackles and making sure that Slippery Rock is working for every point that they score. Great tackle again here in the middle. And Slippery Rock here working off the base. Nice little scrum half sneak here. Let's see if he is able to, and in the corner, one more dive over, and is that 5 more? That's 5 more. I was looking at the referee, making sure he's making the same call that I thought was happening. 5 more really quick ones for Slippery Rock.
But look at this support, though. Look at this support. Wow. Okay. Retrieves it. Number 9 runs in hard, cuts in to the right, shakes off about 4 people, hands it over, and boom. Number 13. Who's this? Aiden O'Shea. My apologies. Aiden O'Shea goes in for the try, putting 5 more points on the board. Wow. Just wow, Slippery Rock. Really showing that you're number 3 right now.
Yeah, and no, again, the roster that we were given is handwritten.
Yeah,
so
my apologies.
Yeah, we're not. So no shade for looking for the name and going, what am I reading here? Great. Nice kick for 2.
Wow, from the corner.
Slippery Rock's starting to make a statement. Domers were able to hang tough, but there are these moments where it's starting to slip away from them really fast. So we have a few minutes left to go here in the first half, but we are currently standing at Slippery Rock, number 3 in the country in Division 3 for National Collegiate Rugby. They're at 31, and Robert Morris University, the home team, is sitting far behind, but not inconceivably far behind.
Yeah,
We're still competitive
time.
here. There's a whole
nother half.
There's a
whole nother half.
A lot can happen in 40 minutes.
Absolutely.
So we are going to have another kickoff here, and hopefully, if you're a Domer fan, you don't want to see one more of those big breakaways again. Looks like we have a penalty. All right. Offsides call by the referee. So if there is a penalty called by you in the field, like that just happened, so the offending team, the team who committed the penalty, has to back up 10 yards. So you saw Robert Morris backing up 10. Slippery Rock kicking their penalty advantage, and looks like, and then we will have a line out set up with a throw in, and we, like I said here, we did just add a few more minutes. We're not really sure how many more minutes are left in the first half, but probably less than 5 is our guess.
Yeah, definitely.
So we had a little injury time and a few other and we talked to the captains and stuff. So we are getting close to the first half, but again, folks, your guess is as good as ours.
That's right. We added some time there.
Only Judd knows.
Only Judd knows. And if only we can ask Judd.
Yeah, we don't have the mics tonight. No broadcast mics for Judd. All right. Clean line out by Slippery Rock. Again, moving through that back line. Nice offload. Wasn't able to connect, but still able to keep possession. All right, and we're gonna go again. Sometimes I catch myself. Has very great forward. Number 10, so that's Zach Harrington again, able to just juke a few defenders out. He's looking, he was looking for the offload for a little bit of trying to play that keep alive, but it wasn't able to connect, and it's going to end. Gonna have a knock on for Slippery Rock, and it's gonna be a scrum down to Robert Morris, which have had 50-50 success of them getting their own ball out, but Slippery Rock has stolen a few. If they steal one here, this could turn into a very fast 5.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this is the time that if the Domers do gain possession, they need to boot it and chase it immediately.
Yeah. you want to relieve that pressure. Keeping Slippery Rock as far away from their try zone as possible is the goal.
Exactly.
For right now. Oh, we do just have a scrum penalty. Early lift.
All right.
So Slippery Rock tried to steal the ball. So you saw him tap his foot. So in a scrum, you can tell that they're bound up with their hands. So it's like, what happens to the ball? The guy in the middle is called the hooker, and you hook the ball with your foot. The opposition's hooker is also allowed to try and kick it back, but you're not allowed to you're not allowed to pick up your foot to do so until the ball is in. That was the penalty. But this is a long story in a long-winded way to say Slippery Rock scored again. So Robert Morris did get the penalty, but they weren't able to hold possession. And Justin Norwell? It could be an R. It could just be a W.
We know it's Justin, though.
So Justin scores 5 for Slippery Rock. So if this isn't the last play, it's very close. 5 more for Shamrock Rugby on the board, with Robert Morris just really struggling with that possession piece of it.
And rugby's a game of possession, honestly. So
yeah, the ball security is difficult. Slippery Rock they're trying to strip it. They are stealing it at set pieces. They are stealing it in open play. They are going after loose balls. They want the ball in hand.
They're hungry. They're hungry, and they're showing it. Absolutely.
Okay, and that is the official whistle from the referee. So that is going to be our halftime. We'll check out the replay of this last kick conversion here from Slippery Rock. So as you're going into halftime, we have a few minutes. What's your elevator pitch? What are you going to tell the home team Domers to try to adjust for the second half?
So I'm just going to let them know to apply pressure, apply a lot of pressure on defense, even on attack too. When you run with a purpose, run hard, and run forward with support too, because support is where we're kind of lacking right now.
Right, and if you are Slippery Rock, you just need to keep doing the things you're doing great, which is turning over the ball, nice, crisp, clean handling, playing cleanly and physically, and we can't wait to see what happens in the second half. So we're gonna take a break, so please take a pause, but come back as we check out the second half of homecoming here at Robert Morris University. Tonight here in Moon Township, right outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We are at the wonderful, always very picturesque Joe Walton Stadium here on Robert Morris campus. We currently have the home team down 38 to 12 to the number 3 in the country, Slippery Rock Shamrock Rugby. So it looks like for the second half here, Judd is calling us off. Robert, if you are just joining us, Robert Morris is wearing all white. They are on the right side of your field, moving towards the left, and Slippery Rock is wearing the black and green, and they receive the ball, and they are moving from the left to the right. Slippery Rock able to take this first kickoff cleanly, and they are marching back up the field, hoping to continue their campaign. In the last 10 to 15 minutes of the first half, they were able to extend their lead by 2 quick tries, and they're hoping to do a little bit more. Great little chip kick by Slippery Rock over the attacking line, and they were able to do a little work, get the ball back, and keep going. So we have some more forward momentum here coming from Slippery Rock. Moving from the base of the ruck, an earlier try scorer for Slippery Rock with the ball in. We have a signal for a high tackle. Slippery Rock number 9 moving that quickly. So the high tackle was called, if you saw it, that's what we call seatbelt tackle. You are not allowed to tackle people above their chest, around their necks, or anywhere around their heads. That penalty is turning into a really fast 5 points for Slippery Rock, who's jotting down another 5, extending their lead 43 to 12. My co-host had to take a quick exit, so I'll just keep talking while she's gone. So I would say here is the quick replay. Move, nice little pick right off the base of the ruck. We have number 4 walking into the try zone, untouched to, that is Brady Martin? It could be Bodie. I think it's Bodie. I'm not. To dear Mr. Martin and your family, you can blame your coach for having kind of difficult handwriting to read, but congratulations on your try. Bree Allen is back. In the time that you've been gone, in those 2 minutes, Slippery Rock was able to immediately put another 5 points on it, and it looks like we're going to go for another 2.
I wonder what their halftime chat was all about.
Well, they didn't listen to us. No 2 points from the. Now we're starting to extend that lead. We're at 31 points ahead.
Wow.
For Slippery Rock. No good on the kick, but pretty challenging angle. But we do see Slippery Rock. They're shaking that one off. They're coming right back off to the kickoff smiling. They're gonna just keep working. But
yeah, definitely.
They've got the home crowd and they've got some energy, so they're going to shake that one off and they're going to go back to their game plan.
That's right. Here we go, Domers.
So we'll have another kickoff here. For Slippery Rock to receive from Robert Morris. Deeper kick towards the middle. Great run by the kick receipt there. Again, Slippery Rock really hard to tackle, but I think that one was felt by number 11. So we're going to kick away from Slippery Rock, almost fielded by number 15, but because of that bobble, we're going to play on. We're playing on from that, and Domers have the ball. Running right into a big defensive wall. Going a little bit forward here with a forward punch. That ball was lost in contact. Nice footwork by, again, our try scorer, number 5, taken down. Trying to get reset, getting a little sloppy, a little disjointed here, but we're gonna get set. Slippery Rock moving to the outside, to this outside hash attack in this narrow channel. Big move forward there. Now we're getting set, now it's getting a little cleaner. Skip pass out from the center to the wing. Playing back out. Great breather. They did listen to you. Now the Domers are setting some pressure here as Slippery Rock continues to go back and forth, but haven't been able to go forward yet. That ball, great. That ball, I was going to say I would have called it a knock on, but I didn't want to put my judge whistle in my mouth, so I had to wait until he called it, because if he didn't call it, I'm not here to tell him how to do his job. So,
and he can't hear you, so.
Right, so what's the difference?
Exactly.
So Judd, as the referee, as always, he's the sole judge of fact. That's what I learned at my referee certification from the late and great Tom Barr and Jamie Rooney, both of them, fantastic, legendary referees who certified me. But we have time off here as Rob Morris player that we saw earlier is being escorted off the field. He's okay. He's walking off with the trainer, so we're gonna have a new sub on for Robert Morris. And the guys are getting ready to scrum down here, even though the referee has not returned. It's a lot of extra squatting, even though he's not there. Sometimes they get eager. That happened once. Were you still playing once?
When?
I've been to 2 that week. They kicked off without the ref and just took the ball and was just like, it's time to go. And then the referees it was during after halftime, they just went. And then they had to blow the whistle back, guys, we're not.
You don't run the game. I do. Yeah, no, that wasn't during my time, but I would have been cracking up if it was.
I was cracking up. All right, another scrum. Ball back in play for Slippery Rock. Moving moving nicely off the base of the scrum, attacking in the centers. There's a little space to the left. Nice footwork, nice idea, but not the execution. A little bit too much of a jump ball, too high. Popped up and tried to do the, a Kareem hook.
Yeah.
But that kind of stuff, sometimes it would have been cool, but for an offload, it's a little safer to keep it close to your body. The further you start hooking it, it's just like kind of a jump ball. So that opportunity tossed out of bounds. Excuse me, into touch.
It happens.
It's okay, we're okay.
All good.
The 9 people who are listening right now are all texting us and they are laughing. But yeah, text us. We'll give you a shout out. Great tip off the back of this line out to Slippery Rock. And was he all the way in?
Oh.
Woo! And that's 5 with a lot of extra effort for number 6, Christian Dosa, I believe.
Oh no, we're reading handwriting
But
again.
it's okay.
All good.
It's our job. We're both educators, so like reading, handwriting is part of it. I just don't want to say the wrong name to their families listening.
Yeah.
That's really what I don't want to do. So great tip off the back line out, right into his hands. A nice little jump step, and he sees it, and he gets try hungry, and he wants to do it all himself. So instead of looking for that offload, he just keeps his nose and his head down and all the way to score 5 more for Slippery Rock. So let's see here if they can make this kick for 2 more. All right, Slippery Rock makes it an even 50. An even 50 for their second score here in the second half, and the Domers have not seen a lot here from them coming out entering the halftime, so they're going to kick off to Slippery Rock again. What does the home team, what do the Domers need to do right now, off this kickoff? They need to change their stars. How are they going to do that? What would you do? What would you want them to do?
So I feel like it goes back to, again, like as soon as this kick is off, they need to be applying immediate pressure and keep their defensive wall the way that it's been, because I can't lie, they've been playing some really good defense in this half. So if they can keep that up, they might even, trip them up a little bit and gain possession.
Yeah, I think the Domers' first and second possession defense is strong. But by the time Slippery Rock has their third, fourth, their wall gets broken, and that's really how Slippery Rock is breaking through.
Yep.
So we're having a little kick back and forth. 1, 2. Now we had our third kick back. Most of you are offsides. No one knows, so thank goodness the receiver has gone into contact to kind of reset play. We do have a penalty called. I'm waiting. We had a penalty called, but didn't see a signal, so I wasn't sure what he called. Okay, we have to come back. False start. Let's get set. So when there is a penalty and you are going, so this is what in rugby we call, this is going slow. We're going slow. It means you have to be set, which means the defense has to be set. So since the defense wasn't set and they weren't back 10 yet, that's why he called the ball runner back, even though, he was ready to go. So he took that one right into contact. Big tackle from Slippery Rock, but Domers are getting moving, and as they're approaching their own try line, they are hoping to keep possession here and see if they can put some more points on the board in the second half. Looks like that ball might have been lost, turnover. It's a little tough to see with all the bodies in the way, but we just have a penalty. So now we're going to go fast. So big pickup by the number 8 Slippery Rock. We are at the 10, getting closer and closer. Another penalty. We're going to go fast again. Another.
Oh.
And second try of the night for big runner Morris Corbett. Every try so far from Robert Morris is coming off of penalties and running right in hard nose from our tight 5 forwards.
Yes.
So let's check out the replay. 1, 2, 3. Not enough defenders.
He also saw it right there. He was on a mission. Great try from the Domers.
Right. We're having a little conversation with the captain from Slippery Rock and the captain from Robert Morris, having a little chat about something. I believe he was saying that he didn't actually release the ball on the penalty. So I guess it's something to look out for, but it's hard to tell. Nice little chip kick through. 2 more points. Robert Morris up to 19. Slippery Rock still has a handsome lead, but this game is far from over. So, how do you think Robert Morris can just put some phases together here? Do you think they're doing too much? Do you think they're trying too much? Or do you think that it's just simply a support issue? Or we got to put some phases together. Robert Morris has to be in charge of their own destiny, not just wait for Slippery Rock penalties. So
Yeah.
what do you think the attack strategy needs to be while they have this possession?
I think the support just needs to be there, so they need to be taking at least 2, if not 3 people into contact every single time. Because Slippery Rock is there to poach the ball. They want it. They want it.
Right, so it's a fair contest, folks. So as soon as this player goes to ground in the tackle, so poach means, kind of what it sounds like, and they're trying to steal the ball. And Slippery Rock's allowed to take that ball, and as long as they do it from an onside position. So they're looking to do that as quickly as possible. So Robert Morris needs to be there much quicker to make sure that that's not happening. So have a little confusion at the line out here.
Looks like they try to do a fast line out.
They try to go quick, but it looked like it was touched by somebody on the sideline, which makes it a dead ball, so then you can't do that.
That's right. That's right.
Right. I think if someone kicks you, that it is over. You can only do that if nothing. That's what I think happened. Is out on the edge. Sorry, wasn't super sure, but I believe that's what happened. So, so on these lineouts, this is a set lineout, but you can also, if no one touches it and it's free and open, as long as you pass it that 15 meters and it's backwards, you can just throw it in. So you don't see it in 15s too often, but there's that savage knowledge coming in from the national champions. They're like, hey, can we go?
Right.
Let's go.
They're playing quick.
Unfortunately, they could not go. And we have another penalty called in the lineout. Missed the hand signal. But we're going to have another lineout, possibly not straight throw. Every throw has to be right down the channel. This is what we call the channel. This is a great shot, production team. So this tunnel, the tunnel, right down between the two of them, the ball has to go right down the middle because it has to be a fair contest for each team to go get it. The advantage that Robert Morris has is they know when the ball is coming in. So Slippery Rock did not contest. So big contact point here in the center of the field for Robert Morris. Let's see if they can get a little bit of go forward. They've been struggling with an open play. Nice support. Oh, that ball pops loose though. Recovered.
Okay, where's this?
1, 2, 3, 4 people to take him down. You can see the Slippery Rock. We have a penalty. This is a long whistle. All right, again, I don't read referees' minds. I thought I knew what was happening, and that's not true. But another big go forward off the penalty for Robert Morris. Offsides again. They're not retreating. Slippery Rock, you're not allowed to tackle these players unless you have already retreated 10. So on that penalty, they weren't back far enough before they started to contest. So we have advantage being played here by Slippery Rock. Diving over and off your feet into the ruck. So big take by the number 8 for Robert Morris, but he is all by himself and he is getting stood up. Now it looks like we're kind of making a maul, whether we meant to or not. Ball is on the ground. We can't see where it is, folks. So I don't know, you don't know. Not releasing. Penalty called on Slippery Rock. A little bit of a mess. We're gonna have to go slow because all the people on the ground are right in the way of the ball, and that is dangerous, so we are going to let them come up. So he is holding them. The goal line stand here.
This the Domers' bread and butter right here.
This is how they have scored all their points. It looks
Yeah.
like they're setting up for it. I was kind of hoping that they might do something a little, like, because they were drawing them in. Not releasing. Oh, how unfortunate. So they're holding onto that ball in contact. So that's a penalty on the Domers, unable to convert that opportunity. Looks like Slippery Rock is going to boot this out of their territory and relieve some pressure from there. Nice kick out to about the 22. All right, we are into, so we're kind of close, like third quarter. You know, we're kind of in that second 20. Starting to see some more penalties from Slippery Rock.
Yeah.
So what kind of opportunities is Robert Morris looking here? Because there's still points to be, there is certainly points to be had here.
So many points to be had here. And I think off of this line out, first of all, if they can win it, we're not past the 50, so we're still pretty close to their try line. So if they could win this, I think we'll be in good shape.
Looks like they great defense by Robert Morris, number 3, Deontay Sims. He read that perfectly. They tried to go kind of with the big ground attack on the short throw. It was executed cleanly, but great defense by Robert Morris. So immediately they tried to go forward. They got pushed across the field instead, and that's why they had the kick. Big boot chasing back. Nice defense, but the winger kind of left him hanging out to dry. He was able to recover, but that ball is still not very secure. Robert Morris forwards are looking a little tired, struggling to get back on sides. Another penalty by Slippery Rock. Lots of penalties. Lots of penalties on the ground.
Yeah.
I think they're being ultra aggressive, so they're going for it, but they're losing their feet. They have their hands in, so
Breaking laws.
they're just break, as it turns out.
They're breaking the laws.
They're actually the laws.
The laws.
The
That's
laws.
right. The laws.
Yes.
Let's get it right.
If you were talking to Judd right now, he would be correcting you and telling you that they are laws.
It's
Or any,
laws.
yeah. Most referees will tell you immediately that they're called laws because, unlike football or other sports that have rules, they are laws to be interpreted. So the way that Judd is interpreting the law might not be how another referee interprets the law.
You're so right. You're so right.
So it's not so much as a dribble in or a double dribble in basketball. Everybody, it's a double dribble, it's a double dribble,
Right.
it's a double dribble. You don't do that in rugby so much because the
No.
referee can say, does this impact play? You double dribbled, but do we care? Maybe not. And you don't have to call it.
Right.
That's the fun part. And by the fun part means if you're a coach or a player, it can sometimes be a little frustrating because you're used to doing something, and that could be part of it. Is that Slippery Rock's used to playing this way, and referees calling it maybe a little tighter, a little different than they have for the rest of the season, so it's screwing up their tactics. But they have the ball back. We have another scrum here to Slippery Rock. Here they're almost at about midfield on the left attacking side. We have an immediate penalty in the scrum. Time is off. Looks like we have somebody down. Little bit of a hit collision here, so we're going to take a minute to let the athletic trainer get set. Thank you to our medical coverage. As always, an absolutely essential function on a rugby pitch. And thank you, of course, to Robert Morris University for hosting this game every year and putting these kind of resources into club sports. If you're enjoying watching rugby, here's what's going on in the rest of the league. Tomorrow, we have Franciscan University is heading up to Cleveland to play against John Carroll. IUP men also ranked in Division 2. They're in the top 5. I'm not going to quote which one right now because I don't remember. Brian looked that up. Sorry, Seth.
I got you.
I know Seth is watching. He's there in the top. I just forgot. I don't know. I have to look at a lot of these things. So IUP is in the top 5 ranked for D2. I just want to confirm their number before I say it online. They're playing at Kent and UPJ.
Yep, D2.
No, I know they're D2. What are,
Oh.
It's okay. We'll look it up later. And UPJ is going to Baldwin Wallace. Slippery Rock has a big break. Nobody's going to stop him. He's going to put it almost right underneath the post. That's 5 more points for Slippery Rock for 55 for tonight, extending their lead again. Here comes the replay. He's going to make a break for it. A nice little dish around. And one more. He got him on the fake. And he's going to take it all the way in himself. So that is number 9. Again, that's Rocco Sinatra.
Wow.
He's doing it his way. There's no way to not make that joke.
I mean, his way's working, so.
Bree liked it. Bree's always laughed at my jokes, which is why I invite her to these things.
That's right. You're so funny.
All right, Slippery Rock looking for 2 more to see if they can further extend their lead. That one's going to be expertly missed to the left, so we'll just stay at 55-19. Hitting.
Oh, no.
Let's double check the replay.
Oh, that's in.
No.
It looked like it.
Well,
Pointo there.
well, the assistant referee waved his flag, which so what if you don't make it, you're not supposed to move your flag. Instead
Right.
of like waving it off no. Did you hear the whistle? The whistle is the confirmation as well.
I didn't hear the whistle, so.
Or if the referee puts their hand in the air. So I was looking at the kick, and then I didn't hear the signal. I don't think, if we can look back at the film, I don't think that was in. I think that went to the left. But
I don't know.
I'm not in charge of that button, so I
Right.
can't look. But I do think it's currently 55, not 57. It is kind of hard to tell from this angle at nighttime.
Yeah.
So the 2 points at this juncture is not
kinda doesn't
a make or
matter.
break of the game. But we do want to be accurate. We don't want, we do want to make sure we're displaying it. So I don't think anyone's too upset about this right now, but we're doing a great job here. Another big run by the Slippery Rock 15. Contact's starting to get a little higher.
Yeah.
We're getting a little tired. Slippery Rock working it out to the left, looking for some holes in the Slippery Rock defense. Slippery Rock forwards are keeping it tight right now. We've got number 5 again making with some fancy footwork looking to get through. I will say, ooh, what a great, that was a great shot.
Oh.
Almost, see, it almost goes the way you want it. That was a great fake at the base. He had the space, but like we talked about before, the chip, no one knew he was going to kick. So he chipped,
Right.
no one went to it, but the bounce then wasn't really in his favor.
Yeah.
So no one was really ready for it. But I liked the play, I liked the decision. Sometimes it just kind of didn't pan out that way.
Go your way.
So, like we said before, Slippery Rock goes for the quick line out so they can just continue to play. They are trying some things now. These guys, they have a comfortable lead, so you might see them like try some stuff. They might be working on those other kicks and things, because even if they feel comfortable in this lead right now, these are players still preparing for a playoff run. They still want to. Oh, what a great snatch!
Wow. Where's the support?
He is all alone. He kicks it away because he doesn't have the juice and he doesn't have anybody with him. But what a fantastic interception. Great tackle by 12. Offload off the ground. Now we have a little bit of broken rugby going on here. Taken into contact. And now we're going to get a reset here right around midfield. What an interception. That was fantastic. All right, Slippery Rock working off the base here. They're Everybody's kind of thinking about what to do, but nobody's really moving forward. All right. Robert Morris looking pretty tired. Setting up this defensive wall, looking a little slow, a little disjointed. Ball comes out. No defensive launch from Slippery Rock, or from the Domers to Slippery Rock. Gave their fly half a little bit extra time, able to make some easy go forward. They're going to dish again. Nice double tackle. And they're going back the other way. All right, we have Slippery Rock again working off the base. Little bit of, oh, we've got a loose ball. We got a ball lost. Robert Morris getting this ball back. Trying to keep possession by keeping it tight, allowing the rest of the team to get set. Another nice pick and go. It looks like we have a whistle from the referee. He's going into his pocket. I think we're gonna have a card. We do. We have a yellow card for Slippery Rock on number 7, KJ, the flanker. So he'll be off. So Slippery Rock will be playing down one player for the next 10 minutes. So Slippery Rock's had lots of repeated penalties, similar penalties in the breakdown. So it's not so much necessarily that his penalty was egregious, but they've been called for the same penalty many times and been warned many times.
So at this point, the ref's like, okay, that's enough.
Eventually, you have to say, like, you guys just can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
All right. Little bit of a kick going for something fun, but did he get it?
I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, no, he did.
He did. Right in the corner.
I know.
It was like
it got
right
cut out of my view. I look back at the camera angle, and now it's bad. Oh, can we play? I hope there's a replay.
Please.
Because that was fun, but we missed it because when we look out the window, we can't see that corner, and I was looking at the field.
Wow. You want to know what, though? I'm really proud of the Domers. They're not giving up.
No.
They're playing hard. Like, even though the forwards are looking a little gassed, a little tired on defense, the backs they're coming to play.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, you had that, we had a quick turnover. You got to secure the ball. So, oh, thank goodness. Here comes the replay. He goes for the chip, and he gets lucky with the bounce.
Oh!
He did get lucky with the bounce. It was just, we literally just cannot see.
We can't
there's
see
a
that
wall in
angle.
the way, and I looked back at the TV. It was already over. So,
Wow.
fantastic.
That
Sometimes
was
you just
good.
got to go your own. So, those are, even if the homecoming game doesn't go your way, like,
Those moments matter.
yeah.
Yeah.
James Weisner, like, that one's fun. You're gonna,
He's gonna remember that forever.
actually, they're gonna have a lot of fun telling that to the other. Hey, did you see me kick and kick down my own and touch it down in the corner? Absolutely.
He might joke too and be like, "It's because none of you guys were there to support me."
Where were you at?
Yeah.
Where you at? So, you know.
All right.
5 points is 5 points.
5 points is 5 points.
They unsuccessful in the conversion, so we're going to stay here. We got about 11 minutes left. 57-24. Domers are behind, but they are not giving up.
No. I think they need to cause some more infringements, some more penalties on Slippery Rock, and keep maximizing on them.
All right. Kickoff fielded cleanly by Robert Morris. Robert Morris tries to chip ahead through again, but we have another penalty. We have the referee. So there was a penalty on they were able to move the ball back up. A nice big boot, able to set up a line out deep into Slippery Rock territory. So we've got 10 minutes on the clock. We're gonna set up another line out here at about the 30. All right, not bad. Into that attacking zone. So we haven't seen any line out drives yet. this game, but this might be an opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
To get a little go forward. We haven't seen it yet, but, well, they're playing short, so I doubt it. But, well, kind of. Went with the short attack to the big front runner, keeping in everybody tight, playing off the base of the scrum.
Oh,
Going
okay, okay.
Going for a little bit of a Heisman move, but in rugby that sometimes can be a little dangerous. So
Very risky.
didn't really get much go forward there because he jumped right into the defender. So we're gonna have a turnover here to Slippery Rock, and they're going to kick. Not sure this one's gonna make it. This one stays in bounds, but it's a knock. Yeah. Yeah, he tried to. Yeah, he tried to do it sideways. We knocked. So we've said it 10,000 times, but a knock on is the same as like is like knocking it forward.
Yeah.
So you can't pass the ball forward. You can't knock it forward like that. There hasn't been a ton of knocking on in this game.
Yeah.
Not a ton of no forward passes really.
No forward passes.
A few knocks here and there, but I do like the extra effort to try and keep it, and he just wasn't able to get it backwards.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're under 10 minutes to play.
Ooh, home stretch.
We're in the home stretch here at Homecoming. So if you're in the area and you're a Rob Morris alum, there's a football game and parade and I'm
All
sure
that fun stuff.
all kinds of jazz. There's also more rugby in the area everywhere. This weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you can go check it out at the college level and at the senior club level, men's and women's. You can find a game in the 2-hour radius from here, if you're looking for that. Also, tomorrow night, if you want to watch more rugby in the comfort of your own home without going anywhere, National Collegiate Rugby is broadcasting part of their Friday night series. The University of Texas Women is hosting Texas A&M Women for one of the biggest rivalries.
Oh, wow.
in all
I was going to say, that's two rivalry schools right there.
Woo.
Wow. That's going to be a good one. I'm going to tune in.
Whew. I mean, I know, honestly, I can tell you way more intimate detail about the rivalry between Slippery Rock and Robert Morris than I can about Texas and Texas A&M. But that's just because I'm a local. What can I say? This is where I'm embedded. We have another try for Slippery Rock with some great footwork again by Zach Harrington, able to just make all defenders miss. He cruises and slides under the uprights for 5 more for Shamrock Rugby. We'll see if we can get 2 more. I'm going to watch the referee. You watch the kick. We're going to confirm this for sure this time.
For sure.
This is my worst event when I was a coach. I never knew. I will tell you that. This is not something I'm even used to looking at.
No, yeah, I always ask the touch judge, what happened? Did it go? I don't know.
See, no movement, no whistle, no kick.
But from this angle, it looked like it went through.
I know. See, that's what's fun about this. And that's why no signal from the referee, no whistle, no points scored. Well, he didn't look happy about it, even if you couldn't see the ball. But
oh, yeah,
just to the left.
no. That's
Told
what,
you. I'm not lying to you.
Yeah, no. So I think, honestly, this is 60-24. But, it is what it is.
It's okay. It's okay. We can go back. They can go back and watch the film and confirm if they want.
To help them sleep at night.
Yeah. But we got about 5 minutes to go here. Slippery Rock showing everybody what it means to be ranked number 3rd in the country. Nice little offload.
Oh.
But it was taken back by Slippery Rock. Oh, but touched out of bounds. So we're going to have a line out here. Line out here. Seems to be a little confusion there about who gets the ball.
They said it was out on green, but...
Oh, was it knocked out? Because then they can pick. Okay. Something happened. Either way, we're having a scrum. See, there's a lot folks, if you're watching at home and you're like, I don't know any of the rules of rugby, both of us do. We're both coaches and refs and played a long time.
Yeah.
And like sometimes you just kind of miss the interpretation of that call. Why are we having a scrum? Not 1,000% sure. There's like 3 reasons why it could have happened, but I can't go back in time.
But the one thing about reffing is that once you make a call, you kind of have to stand on it, and whatever you call is what it goes. Like,
Right.
It is what it is. Even if the fans, even commentators saw something different, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's why I'm keeping all my I'm like, I'm not saying it was even the wrong call. I just wasn't sure why.
Yeah.
Because there are reasons that could happen. So don't worry, folks. You just again, Judd said it's a scrum, so we're going to scrum.
Oh, wow.
So, Slippery Rock trying to get a little fancy in the back line, but ended up with a little bit of a stumble at the time, but didn't quite have the connection. So that ball was lost, recovered by the Domers, who have been working so hard this game to get that ball. Hopefully,
Where's the support? Okay, there it is.
hopefully they can find
All right, use
the
it.
deck. So another big handoff, another big penalty. Morris Corbett again. He's getting stood up though. He's got to find the ground so they can stay in control of the ball.
Oh, good.
Out to Robert Morris. Another double tackle. Looks like it was lost. Not rolling away. Caught on Slippery Rock for killing the ball in the ruck, not rolling away. So the defender, once you make the tackle, you have to get out, and you can't impede the play from continuing. So that's what, he's not rolling away. He's not getting out of the way. It's killing the ball, and it's wasting time. So now we have, this is how we've scored. Well, not all of them. We had
Not the one.
Right. but
Yeah.
We've scored many tries this way. It is slow. We're going really slow. They might get told to, are they going to go for points? Could be going for the kick.
Oh, there's someone down, it looks like.
Oh, okay. See, we were watching on the TV because it's a little further away, but we have somebody being checked up by medical. We're under just have a few minutes to go here. So I think at this point, it's safe to say we probably have a winner and a loser at this point.
Yeah.
And that's, well, I mean, it's a game, so you're going to have one of each.
Happens.
So looking at Slippery Rock, how far they want to go deep into playoffs.
Yep.
So seeing the skills you've seen now, like what else do they need to work on for the rest of the season to get to that regional championship level, which they've been to before, break into that national thing? What skills are you seeing that if they tweak and they hone, that's going to take them to their next level?
So I think they had a lot of penalties, especially in this half, let alone like just in this game. So I think their urgency is very, very good, but they need to be controlled with that urgency, so that they don't make these silly mistakes. Because against a different team, it might end differently. Other teams might really maximize on those moments. So if they want to go far again, like the success that they had last season, they're just going to have to clean up those, those little things.
Excellent idea. All right, we're back in play. Robert Morris is try hungry. They want 5 more in front of the home crowd here at homecoming. Less than 3 minutes on the clock. Trying to punch it in with their bigger forwards. Now we're looking for a little bit of space with some footwork. The clock is ticking. Here we go. But we are maintaining possession.
Wow.
More picks and goes from our big forwards. Are we gonna? Looks like we're gonna pick and go again, but Slippery Rock trying to hold them down. Slippery Rock going for that poach.
Oh.
There's a little bit of space out there. Great defense.
Oh,
and he got stripped. It's not over yet. Looks like they're gonna try and run it out. Looks like we have a call. He's calling the call for the high tackle. He was the defender did reach and it was high.
Okay.
So he called it immediately. He did, because he's going to card him.
Oh.
Okay. So we have another yellow card. So this is going to go to the Robert Morris player who committed the high tackle. There's only a few minutes left, but since the referee, that's why like we said, we're like, why didn't he had the advantage, let him go. He wanted to card him to tell Robert Morris, even though there's 2 minutes left, you cannot be reaching for somebody's neck.
Yep, that's right. We're not just going to forget about the law. So
that's right. So Slippery Rock was able to kick it into touch. With about a minute remaining, we're going to set up another line out. You can tell by the players' bodies language, especially these tons. There aren't as many subs for everybody. So about half the players on the field right now have played all 80 minutes. And that really takes a call. This was a very physical game. And, of course, you've got all that adrenaline because you've got the home crowd. The band is playing, Star Wars. So that amps you up. But we're starting to come down here now with, like, under a minute to go. So let's get this ball in. There's going to be a little bit of play left, but we are kind of in our final moments here together tonight. If you did stick around for the whole game, thank you so much for tuning in, supporting your Domers, or if you're a Slippery Rock fan, congratulations.
Absolutely, and if you're tuning in at home, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, hopefully you're just a rugby fan and you're looking for more rugby to watch. More teams are getting better and better at streaming, and so you can watch things live from home. Of course, you can always go to a game. This is going to be a nail in the coffin. Aiden O'Shea is looking for an offload. And it's getting messy.
What an end, what an end.
Really messy. Really messy here at the end.
Yeah, so this is when the referee has to pick something to call,
So he's calling the original knock.
Okay.
So taken by 8.
Oh, right here.
And then that pop forward, he's calling that a knock. And then this as well. It's really ugly, gang.
It is.
So he's made a call. He's discussing that call with the captains. So I think we're going to I think Slippery Rock is opting to kick off their put-in, because then this would be the final play of the game.
Okay.
So,
wow. Very good game. Very good rugby.
He's going to drop kick it just for a little. You can kick it from the tee, or you can drop kick it. So that's going to go up and through.
Yep. And in the game.
So that's going to be 3. So that's our final play. So our final score tonight from Joe Walton Stadium is Slippery Rock University 65 and your home team Robert Morris University 24. If you've tuned in tonight, thank you so much for joining us here. It's been a beautiful evening for rugby for homecoming weekend. My name is Angela Smarto. My color commentator in her first time ever commentating is Bree Allen. We had so much fun with you tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great weekend, and don't forget to go watch rugby sometime this weekend. If you don't know where to look, go to AlleghanyRugbyUnion.com, NationalCleanRugby.com,
search up
MidwestRugby.com. And if you don't know what to do, our contact info is all over the internet. Find us and we will tell you where to go. Have a great evening, everybody. Thank you. Have a good night.